Hi guys, how you doing? How you going? Sal Galvin from Perth, WA. I am getting in today. I've just been out for our buy week. I usually shop every second week. Well, I have been since COVID-19. So I've just been out doing some shopping, and you know, sometimes we can get, well, I'm really selective of what I put into my mind. So I am not watching the news all the time, and I think that, like, living in my bubble slightly, I went to one of the major shopping centres that we had here because it's my son's birthday tomorrow, and I went to go and get him a few bits and pieces, and every shop was shut. I went into Carousel and all the shops were shut. Kmart was open, and Coles, and that was about it. A couple of coffee shops where you could walk in, get your coffee and then go. And there are so many people right now out there hurting. Everybody's running their own journey right now with this COVID-19. And what I did want to, you know, where my heart is with parenting and with our children. How are you going? You don't know how to run a poll in this Facebook page, but so I wanted to just come in and ask you guys how you're going. Are you, let me know, like, put a comment in. Are your children thriving right now in this social isolation, in being home with the family for what's been been a month now, hasn't it, or more? And or are they struggling, like, or have you got a bit of both? So just tell me, because and if you are struggling, if you really are struggling, or if a particular child of yours is struggling, then reach out and I'll do my best to help, because it's well, these are our only communities at the moment, and this is where we really need to reach out when we need to, because well, what I've learned over just the last few weeks is this time that we've got is precious. This time that we've got at home, where life's kind of stopped for so many people. You're not rushing, going to school, going to football training, going to basketball training, going to the gym, doing guitar lessons, doing run, work, meetings, all the things, all the appointments, everything's stopped and put on pause. And so many of us have taken this time to really have a good look inside and what makes us tick. And a couple of my boys have really been contemplating, you know, they've stopped. You know, when you stop and you're still, they're really contemplating the meaning of life and the rest. So I don't know about you guys, there's one thing that I've realized is, when I look back in my life, in my last 41 years, I don't remember all of them. Hi Lynn, how you going? But when I look back in my life, those times when I was at my lowest, looking back now, because hindsight makes things, you know, easier, but looking back now, when I was at my lowest ever in my life, you know, we all have ups and downs and highs and lows, that is actually where I learned the most. So when I look back in my life at my lowest, parts in my lives when I was at my lowest, that was when I learned the most. So do yourself a favor. Just imagine you're in 2 years' time looking back on these times now. And what are you learning? I've been doing this to myself, and I've actually been discussing this with my two eldest boys. My two younger boys, you know, are just so blasé. They're completely thriving right now because, you know, being at home all the time, they're making cubby houses, and I'll post some photos. They're having a great time. But my two big boys, I said, boys, you know, like, you're not in your footy, you're not in your mates, you know, things are shut down for you. They like to play their polocrosse, we go away a lot, but things are very changed, and they're not in a great low. But looking back, if you fast forward for 2 years, look back to now and think, what is it that COVID-19, what did I learn about myself in those social isolation COVID-19 times? Because this is a big moment in history. And what's it going to mean to you or your children? I don't know. I do know what it's going to mean to me, but what's it going to mean to you? Is it going to be, well, it was just a whole whirlwind of fear and negativity and panic and stress? Or is it going to be something else than that? Those fear and negativity and panic and stress, they're the things that the media are getting out there for us that's the thing that sells media. Those stories sell. So that's what's getting repeated all the time. But is it going to be different for you? I know it's different for me. So you guys just don't know. Have a think for yourself anyway, and let me know. Are you thriving, or are your children thriving, or are they struggling? And if they're struggling, reach out. It's so important. I'm within the mental health awareness space, and right now mental health is such a big issue. So if you are struggling, or if your children are struggling in particular, because that's my forte, reach out. PM me if you need to. And yeah, what is the COVID-19 social isolation? What is it looking like? Fast forward for 2 years' time, looking back now, because I know in my lowest, that is when I learnt the most. And it's all those things that have happened to you or for you in the past that have made you the human that you are now, aren't they? And you've survived them. So good on you, you've survived them. So you're going to survive this too. Just remember that. Anyway, I know there's some people really, really hurting out there right now. I'm getting so many messages, and if I can help, I will. All right. Loads of love, you guys. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now.